Everybody, Jay and Manion here. We're in Austin, Texas for the 2025 NPC Texas seminar. You might know this guy, Freddy, and his hairdo, okay? And you might know this guy that doesn't have a hairdo, but he's got seven of these O's. Yeah. So, Phil, what are we doing here in Texas?
Oh, we had a great day. You know, had an awesome seminar. I was able to pour into all these athletes that are, some are new timers, some are old timers. Some are just curious as to what show they wanted to do next. And I had a really good time, you know, being able to pour in some of the knowledge and wisdom that I've acquired through the years. It's been 20 years since I turned pro at the NPC USAs, and it feels great to be in the state of Texas, especially with Freddy and all of his staff. They've just, the hospitality is through the roof, and being at this awesome gym, House of Gains, you know, we just had a great time. We filled out this entire gymnasium, which was freaking incredible.
Okay, so we're here to talk about the question that everyone wants to know. The return of the NPC Phil Heath Classic.
Yeah, so we actually took the Phil Heath Classic. Freddie and I got together and we realized we got to do this bigger and better. So we decided to rebrand it as the Phil Heath Super Show. It's nice. June 14th in Arlington, Texas at the esports facility there. And that's a place where I always wanted to have, you know, my show at. And it just so happens that he had the hookup to go get that done.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
All right, so Freddie, tell us a little bit about how this all happened, transpired.
Well, the boss man, Mr. Manion, called me and said, hey, I think Phil Heath's going to call you. I said, Jim, stop playing with me. Seconds later, his number's coming across my phone, and I didn't know what to expect. Our first call lasted about an hour and some minutes. I took a screenshot of that and I posted it, and we connected on a level where I didn't think was possible. And the first thing I told Phil was, Phil, the last time you and I shook hands, you were raising my hand up when I won the Phil Heath Pro-Am in 2016. And now look at this being full circle. We're here to promote the Phil Heath Super Show.
Yes.
And the rest is history. We have a great camaraderie, great conversation,
great
ideas.
Yeah.
And we haven't stopped talking since then. So I think this is going to be...
The last year that you ran it was when?
Well, I mean, last year, essentially. But the cool thing was that, you know, when we had this opportunity, like Freddie said, we were able to align on so many different levels. And I admired his work. You know, I watched him do the Texas Pro, you know, obviously the Nationals, and even his work with the Olympia brand. I just wanted someone that was highly intentionally focused on doing things at an extremely high level, but also having the humanity aspect. Because when you're trying to do bodybuilding shows, you can't just be about the paychecks. It has to be about being a servant-driven leader. And when I got to not only meet him and his wife, but also his staff, there's a lot of people that support this man. And it's because of how he delivers, you know, results to all of those people as well. Because, look, you can have a staff, but when you start talking to him a little bit and you mention his name, they weren't like, oh, they were like, no, he's the greatest, like he's this. And I was like, that's what I needed to know to partner up. And, you know,
when you say that about him being the greatest, his hair raises a little more.
Well, hey, you know, we can only use so much. You know, I need some, you know, help maybe. But what I will say is, like, coming here to Austin and being able to have this event, it was just so awesome to see everybody's faces. They're very determined to learn and to be into this NPC IFBB family. The fabric starts here, and to be able to have these types of events that they was able to organize, oh man, I cannot wait for June 14th. We're gonna have so much fun, and we're gonna deliver so much value to these fans, because quite frankly, there's gonna be some people that win, there's gonna be people that lose, right? But the goal is to make sure that even the people that did not win still walk out with a victory.
And you had a lot of people talking to you about the show here, right?
Oh yeah, they were really, when we said, hey, don't be bashful, ask me questions, that line went around the gym and we didn't stop. And we literally just got done where our wives are like, hey, enough, we got to go get some food. But you know what, it's really cool because all of them had a lot of cool things to say. But one of them was that, hey Phil, thanks for sticking around. I really had this question. I was nervous. I didn't know if I wanted to DM you, but since you were here, I was waiting in the back and I was nervous. I just had to ask you this question. Then they came back again and did it again. And I was like, it's no problem. Because I still remember 2004, October 2004, I was in Denver, Colorado, Rocky Mountain Championships. Jeff Taylor was the promoter and he had Ronnie Coleman come out, fresh off an Olympia victory. I waited 2 hours in the morning at prejudging. I was like, I'm not going to get an autograph. I'll come back later after I get some food. I waited for a total of 4.5 hours to get that man's autograph. So I understand the nervousness. I understand that. So that's why I always carry that with me to make sure that they're seen and heard.
All right. Freddie, anything you want to add to this?
Well, Phil, I know JM, on behalf of NPC News Online, likes something very exclusive. So give them a high-level preview of the medal
Oh my
the custom medal that we're making that he has seen. A few people have seen, but
Yeah.
talk to the audience or the competitors or what they're going to get at the Phil Heath, especially when they win.
The just imagine, and I'm looking right in the camera. Just imagine my most muscular pose on an actual medal, and it's in vivid colors. Okay, and it also has my autograph on it. It's never been done before. When I saw the first draft, I was like, "This is freaking amazing." And Freddy was like, "Phil, it's going to even get better than this." I saw it, and I'm like, I don't care if you're from another freaking country. You're going to want to fly in for this show and get that medal because it's going to be like something you've never ever seen. And I'm so thankful that you had that hookup to get that done so fast and effectively. So I am definitely excited for you guys to see it. I'm excited for everybody to be a part of it. And for those that want to, see more, make sure you follow me, follow Freddy, obviously follow NPC's news official websites and Instagrams and all that good stuff. But more importantly, be intentionally focused on your health and wellness. Hire a good coach.
Yes.
Audit them like crazy, but then also hit up pros like myself online because we're just here to make sure that you get the right knowledge, get all the right advices because we don't want you guys doing this the wrong way. And this is actually the best freaking federation in the world. That is the path to go to the IFBB. That's going to be the only path to be on the Olympia stage.
Amen.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, anything else to wrap it up? Are you going to have is this going to be on your website or are you going to have a contest website?
We have a contest website. So.
Yeah, it's on Battle Up Productions, right? It's on Battle Up Productions. All the information is there. June 14th, we're creating a weekend named after the 7-time Mr. Olympia, the Phil Heath Experience. So be there. More information to come soon.
And I'm excited to be there.
Yes,
Oh,
you're going
yeah.
to be there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes,
With
yes.
only the best. We have to do it
We have to do it
with
big.
the best, which is Dan
Yeah.
and Debbie with NPC News Online.
Because we go back to when he did the Junior Nationals.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, so that was 20 years ago out in Chicago. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I only had $43 to my freaking name. So I understand when a lot of guys, they pour all their money, time, and effort into this sport. And it was really cool to be able to compete at that contest because, I was by myself. I had no coach, and I was able to come out victorious. But more importantly, do the photo shoots with you afterwards and then be able to do it a month later when I won my pro card.
Still the only one to do that.
Yeah, so
Well,
I didn't know that. But yeah, I win again. But no, it's just so cool that we've been able
But
to.
there's also a story to that the year before Junior Nationals.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, you know all this stuff. So the year prior, guys, I was doing I was on pace to do the 2004 Junior Nationals.
Okay.
I turned my entry in late, and they didn't accept me.
oh, wow.
So even my contest, the chairman, Jeff Taylor, was like, "I'm trying to get you in. I'm trying to get you in." I'm like, it was literally like 18 hours late. Like I think it was Peter Potter's show at the time, and I ended up doing the NPC Mr. Colorado. So I ended up winning that, won the overall, and then I went ahead and did the juniors. And after I won the juniors, I remember Peter came by and he was like, "I know you probably hate me," and I go, "You," and he goes, "But it all worked out, right?" And I go, "Actually, it did because yes, I could have probably." Did that '04 show, maybe even won, but I probably wouldn't have won my pro card that year. I'd have probably had to come back. So, God has a great plan for us. I thought that it all worked out the way it was supposed to, and it'll also work out for you guys too. When you're thinking about doing shows, and you just have to get over those limited belief systems. Sometimes when you get knocked down, it's okay. You just take a breather and figure it out, but you don't stop. And that's the biggest thing. I did not stop. Even though I was disappointed I wasn't able to do the juniors in 2004, I still did a show in Colorado that year, and I won the overall. And, the rest is history. But, yeah, all this stuff, man.
He
You
knows
remember
that. I
everything.
call him for all the stats.
Yeah.
He
No,
knows
But
it.
what I'm saying is you could have just said, F it,
Yeah.
and said, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this. But look what you did.
Well, it was funny you say that because I did say that originally. I was like, oh, man, I can't compete because, mind you, struggling bodybuilder, working 2 jobs. All my money went into prep. I couldn't get the refund on the hotel and flight. I'm just like, damn, and I already took time off of work. So I happened to be going to a different gym because I worked out at Bally's, and I was like, I'm not going to go back to work. I'm going to take my time off and go train someone else. So this guy's like, sucks. I heard about you not doing the show in Chicago. I said, yeah, He goes, why don't you do the Mr. Colorado again? And I was like, oh, they don't want to see me there, man. I'm going to do the bigger and better. He goes, well, I want to see you. And I was like, oh, it's like a challenge. He was a super heavy. I was a heavy.
Oh, wow.
I said, okay. And this is where you guys get to understand like the basketball mentality and just trash talk. I was like, all right, well, if it's like that, why don't we just both decide to do this show? And he was like, you want to put some money on? I was like, forget the money. How about this? Since you big and bad, whoever wins, the other person can't train here no more. I said, how about that? Now it's my gym. I said, you can't train here no more. He was like, well, why don't we put a steak dinner on top of that? I said, oh, if you want to lose more money. I was like, it's all good. so I ended up winning the overall, and I never saw him again. But, you know, I guess I was a dream killer all the way back then.
There we go. There we go.
It's the gift that he didn't want.
Oh, no. He wanted the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people want that smoke, and you got to give it to them.
Yep.
But most importantly, you know, it's about the competitive spirit that I had, you know, back then that I still have today. And I, you know, just want people to have that same fire when they're getting ready for these shows, and not always making it about the rivalries that you want to create, but just a rivalry within oneself and saying, you know, I can be better than I was yesterday. I don't have to shame and guilt myself for doing it either. I can actually love myself. And that was one of the things that we were talking about prior, you know, to this interview, is that you got to love this process.
Yes.
It could be very monotonous. It could be very much like Groundhog Day. And we've all been there. Same cardio, same food, same training. But where's your mindset? Where's the commitments to that goal? And where's the massive actions with those commitments that are going to get you to that goal?
Yep.
That's what you got to think about. That's what you got to be passionate about. And the ones that are most passionate about it, you hear from Ronnie, you hear from Jay, they always talk about passion. You even hear from Arnold. You hear from Lee Haney. If you don't have the passion, you're not going to go far in this. I know you wouldn't have done what you've done inside the sport and now outside of it if you don't have that passion. And that's why we're partners, and we're going to kill it come June 14th.
All right. So signing out from the NPC Texas seminar, this is JM.
Freddy.
7-time. Phil Heath.
All right.
The gift.
Sign out for
see you
NPCNewsOnline.com.
all.
We look forward to seeing you at the NPC Phil Heath Super Show.
The Super Show, baby.